somebody was going to say to us that they were going to go so far in the championship afterwards. It was great to see the county back there and back competitive again. And even though they mightn't have excelled in many areas, at least the heads didn't go down. The all fighting spirit was back, and that was a huge thing. It was great to see it again.
Pat McEnany, referee, as a neutral, perhaps, had you a highlight of the year?
My highlight probably was not sending off Kieran Whelan here beside me. I got plenty of stick to go along with it.
And did you do Eamon O'Hara during the year?
No, he's always liable for a yellow card, though. No, I suppose Antrim's emergence and Sligo doing pretty well, and I think the back door worked pretty well this year. But you know, I think all the laurels rest with Kerry tonight, and Michael McCarthy's to centre half back. And I think, you know, Ty Kennelly, you know, what a fantastic return from Australia. I was lucky enough to spend a few weeks down there with him, and it meant so much to him, and the interview summed it all up there tonight.
It was lovely. All right, Pat, thanks for that. Well, now we're coming to one of our big talking points of the programme. We're going to reveal the Sunday game football team of the year. Tony's going to name 1 to 5, Darragh will announce 6 to 10, and Kevin will name 11 to 15. I sat in for the start of this. I had to leave, not because of fighting or anything, but it was taking so long. There was so much to discuss. And I was asking, do you pick, Darragh, the team that if you needed a team to play for your life tomorrow, or the team of the year? And it's a difficult one, isn't it, in those circumstances?
Do you look at National League? Do you look at provincial championships, which are kind of going down in their relevance at the moment? Like, and you know, there's a tendency maybe to pick the players that feature strongly and very well in the final. And you have your Sunday morning team, which is different to your Sunday night team.
Which is
it was hard. No,
it was hard, and lots of discussion. All right then, Tony, you're going to start us off.
I'm going to start out just to put it in context. This is a collective thing. This is the Sunday game team of the year, and it was very difficult to pick. You know, so I'll start off in goal, and we had loads of choices there, but we went for Diarmuid Murphy in goal. He had a superb year for Kerry. One of the main reasons why Kerry are in the final today, particularly against the penalty in Sligo there, that we saw there a while ago. Fantastic against Dublin, a double save against Meath, and the other thing that they've had, I'm sure they must have worked a lot on kick-outs and stuff like that, because kick-outs were excellent again, and he's good goalkeeper, good shots.
Full back line.
Full back line number 2, we went for Carl Lacey. Again, very good season for Carl Lacey. On a Donegal team that sometimes were under real pressure, Carl Lacey stood up all the time. He was very good against Paddy Cunningham, Michael Meehan, and Daniel Goulding for Cork as well. So certainly deserves his place there in cornerback. Now you could go for a couple of other players as well.
There was a lot of discussion on the full back line.
Did very well. Full back. Now there was huge discussion at full back line. You know, because we went for Michael Shields. You could have gone for Tommy Griffin. You know, you could have gone for quite a lot of other players as well as Justin McMahon, you know, but he had a very good year in a problem position for Cork, really, and I suppose what he did is he released Graham Canty out of the full back line to go centre back, did very well from his return from Australia as well. Number 4, and to stand out really, Thomas Sullivan. Again, freed from the shackles of number 3. There's not too many natural number 3s in the country, but his agility and speed in covering the ground, his ability in covering back, and you know, he just had a super year this year.
He agrees with everything you've said so far.
I'm sure he would.
And number 5.
Number 5 again, the super season for this player. Tom O'Shea there in wing back. The O'Sheas don't do bad in Croke Park. They don't do All Ireland's badly. Terrific natural ability, natural talent. Scoring 2 points again today, but he did his defensive duties very well, and a fantastic springboard going forward for them.
Okay, well let's have a look at the first 5 then so far, and that took about an hour because and lots of good fellas got left out. Darragh, will you pick it up then at centre back? At centre back, definitely on Sunday morning, and as well really on Sunday night. Graham Canty was the inspirational half back of the year. Ty Kennelly gave him a good dose of it now today, like, but you know, a lot of it mightn't have been his fault. I think the thing about Canty is the timing of his inputs into the game. He knows when you're a point down or 2 points down exactly when, and you know, that was well exemplified against Limerick, and he's the centre back of the year, I would say. Okay, left half. Left half, John Miskela, very prolific this year. Didn't see a whole lot of it today, but was featuring very strongly right throughout the year. Was the platform upon which Cork built their year really up until Sunday at 3:30. Midfield was really difficult. Yeah.
you know, I think a lot of the good midfield performances came very early in the year, and after that then there was a lot of scavenging around the middle. But the standout midfielder for me, you know, 8 and 9 this year was 8, Dermot Earley. Thought he was fantastic this year. I thought he gave, you know, good old-fashioned, old-style midfield play, driving on, catching kickouts, and hitting the ground running, and, you know, a very honest player as well. We come to number 9 now, and we're mentioning honesty there. Seamus Scanlon is probably the most honest player in the Kerry team. Doesn't get a whole lot of recognition, and will hate the limelight, I know. But you know, he would have been seen in the past as being a junior partner. I think he grew up an awful lot this year, and I think, you know, he deserves every bit of credit he gets this year. I think he was outstanding. And at number 10. We went for Paul Galvin. I don't think there was much of a question about it, really. He was when Kerry were going badly this year, he was the one guy lifting it.
That didn't take long. That he's my player of the year.
You know, he was vilified last year, and he came back this year. You know, kept head down, play ball, got on with it, and played the game the way we all know he can.
All right, well done, Paul. Okay, that's 1 to 10 so far, and there was another hour gone. And Kevin, you take us through to 15.
This is when the real rows started to break out now for the last 5 positions. And I should say that the context also was that a lot of the Cork lads didn't have a good All-Ireland final, but they still had a tremendous season, and that has to be borne in mind. Yeah. Number 11, Des, we went for Pierce O'Neill. He's had a terrific year. Fantastic athlete, great lines of running, huge energy, and he really, when he was at his best, Cork were at his best, and that's why when he didn't match up today, that's a big part of the story. At 12, we went for Paddy Kelly. He's been around for a while, and I never, you know, wondering when is he going to burst on the scene and do the business. This year he was so consistent, great pace, throws in his few scores. And he added lovely balance to the side of it, to the Cork side of the attack. Excellent year for him. In the corner, I went for one of my favourite players. We went for one of my favourite players, Stephen O'Neill, who after the context last year, Mickey took the gamble with them. I'd say he felt he had a lot to give to the team, and he certainly didn't disappoint. Okay, they didn't reach where the final as they would have wanted, but he was outstanding. Absolutely brilliant player, Des. Super. 14, I think, is the best footballer in Ireland over the last 4 or 5 years, Declan O'Sullivan. I just think he's incredible footballer. He can do anything. Again today, chipping away the whole time. Any position you put him into, because he just is a terrific footballer. He's all the skills, balance, passing, shooting. Terrific effort by him, and very well deserved. And the last position, we went for Michael Murphy from Donegal. He had a great qualifier series. He gave Michael Shields, who we selected at full-back, he gave him a torrid time in the quarter-final, and that can't be forgotten. But he was immense for Donegal, and he slots in at 15 very nicely for us.
One name comes to me, and obviously it would have been discussed, Sean Kavanagh.
Yes, but of course, I think he was ill for the quarter-final. I think it was an illness he had, and was it the semi-final? He had the illness, and he could only make a cameo. And actually, in that few minutes, he struck a post, if I recall. Just didn't get the run of it. We did say that quarter-finals, semi-finals and finals, you know, that's where the real business.
Super game against
Antrim. He was terrific against Antrim.
Well, there is our team for everybody at home, and what is it? 6 Kerry men, 5 from Cork, 2 Donegal, and
Kildare. You mentioned Kildare.
1 for Kildare as well, and 1 for Tyrone. That's it. Okay, let's get some reaction to that team. I'm sure everyone will have an opinion on it.
14 or 15 Kerry fellas, as Declan O'Keefe and the lads were saying there, but we went for 3. We went for Mark O'Shea, the first nomination. Had a terrific game at cornerback. What a player. Played fantastically well right throughout. Tom O'Sullivan was our second nomination. Again in the full back line today. Crucial place. Cork were trying to get the scores in there. He was out in front, very brave, took his courage in his hands and was out in front and played very well. And the third one we went for was Tommy Walsh. Again, as we spoke about earlier, for me he would have been definite starter, because he poses a huge threat, and as we could see today, he can score under pressure, and he can score with his left and his right leg, and it's a rare thing for such a big man to be so agile and deft with his left and right leg.
Kevin McStay, to you falls the honour of naming the man of the match for 2009.
It's a very prestigious award, and we spent a considerable time looking at even beyond these three fantastic footballers that Tony has mentioned. And we looked at their credentials, and the decision was unanimous. And I'm delighted to say that the 2009 RT Sunday game man of the match was a marvellous performer, Tom O'Sullivan.
Great. So Declan O'Keefe, that's another one for Rathmore. Well done, Tom. And of course, Rathmore is what, about a mile from the border or less. Yeah, so he can be heading over to Ballydesmond now with the trophy and show them all. But Dara, you were hugely impressed with him today.
Well, the thing about Tom, it doesn't look it, but he's unbelievably pacey, and he's lost none of that, which is surprising. He's touching 31 years of age now, and very disciplined in the tackle. And I suppose, Tom wouldn't really place much stock in these awards, but he has his 5th All-Ireland medal as well, like, after today. I think that's the important thing. But a fantastic performance, the biggest occasion of all, and I think he'll enjoy that one down in Rathmore, all right.
Oh, yeah. Tony, what impressed you about his performance?
About Tom, everything about him, he's absolute pace. He was very brave. He was out in front. And one of the things, okay, you mentioned his age, but where does this hunger come from? It must come from the collective spirit of all those fellas like Tom Sullivan and the Shays and those that have been around all these years. Other teams would have just been happy with winning maybe 1 or 2 All-Irelands, but no, they're not. They talk about the All-Irelands that they actually have lost rather than the ones that they've won, which is, that's the way the Kerry people are. But he was brilliant today.
All right, well, let's go back to the hotel then and hear from Tom. He's with Michael.
He is indeed, Des. And also here with us, we have, of course, out there on Common Luke class scale, Christy Cooney, to make the presentation to our man of the match, Tom O'Sullivan. And
absolutely well done. You had an outstanding game and richly deserved this award.
Thanks, Christy. Christy, I'm sure will be hoping this day ends, because that's the second major trophy you've handed over to a Kerry man today, Christy.
What's new, Michael? When I was chairman of Munster, I was doing it regularly as well. But today, Kerry richly deserved their victory. They were the better team. An outstanding performance from truly a remarkable set of players over the last decade, giving tremendous service to Kerry. An outstanding management team. Jack O'Connor and his boys did their homework well. So, well done to Kerry. Great
well done to Kerry, and well done to Tom O'Sullivan. Tom, an outstanding performance by the defence today, although you had your shoulders to the wheel early on that match.
We had, Michael, yes. It was tough earlier on in the game, all right, but I think about 10 minutes into the game, Cork, 15 minutes maybe, they went up 5 or 6 points, and to be fair to the Kerry boys, we came back and we showed huge character, and I think we went in at half time, we were up 2 points, I think, and I knew we were nearly there that year to come back. So
when that Cork goal went in, what do you think?
Yeah, the ship was it was fairly shaky that stage, all right. Yeah, to be fair to the boys outside, yeah, we started collecting the breaks around midfield and we got it into the forwards. I thought they were outstanding today, and they kicked great scores, and that's what counts in a day like today, the boys kicking the scores.
Well, obviously for a Kerry player, it's great to win All-Ireland. It's great to beat the old neighbours Cork, and especially, I suppose, for somebody like yourself, given where you're from. I mean, they're looking across the fields at you there.
Yeah, that's correct. They're probably too close. Yeah, but look, to be fair to Cork, they're around now the last couple of years. They're knocking on the door, and I'm sure they'll be back again next year. So.
Yeah. Well, listen, one of the things that we have to say is this present bunch of players, and yourself included, I presume you feel very privileged to be part of a Kerry team like this last 5 or 6 years. Yeah,
I think we've been very lucky now the last couple of years, and long more may it last. But yeah, we've trained hard, we've put a lot into it, and fair play to Jack there and the lads. They've put a lot into it as well, and especially Alan Sullivan, I suppose this year he put a huge. He made us physically very fit and strong, and well, what can I say? Only it's a great night, and
it is. And I know that trophy is a heavy trophy. It's getting heavier as you're standing there because you've had a long day. Tom, we congratulate you once again, our man of the match from this year's All-Ireland final. And Christy Cooney, thank you very much indeed as well. Thanks, Christy. Thank you. Don't fall down the steps there now, lads. We don't want to lose you at this stage tonight. Thanks, Tom. All right, Des, great night here, obviously, at the D4 Berkeley Court Hotel. They're in great spirits here. It's a little bit like the Kilkenny supporters. Winning a lot of All-Irelands doesn't matter. The one that you've won last is the one that really, really matters.